Hello besties, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Esther. I am currently living in the UK and I am originally from Namibia. So if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining the family. You are in the right place. I hope you scroll in all my videos and sit back and enjoy. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about why you want to come to the UK. I want us to discuss everything. I don't want to leave a stone unturned because I want to put to the table the realities of relocating to the UK. It's just wise that you know what you are going into, you know what you are putting yourself through, you know what to expect, like moving to the UK. And so point number one I wanted to make is, why do you want to move to the UK? Why do you want to leave Namibia to move to the UK? Okay, so that many times we relocate from our own countries because of economic crisis in our own countries. There's no country without economic, downfalls and all that. So my point is that, are you leaving Namibia or are you leaving your country because of economic crisis in your country? Or are you leaving your country because you are unemployed at the moment? Or are you leaving your country, Namibia or Nigeria, because you are receiving a low wage, your salary is too low to sustain you and your family? Or are you leaving Namibia or you leaving your country because of the weather? It's too hot or it's too dry or it's too moist or whatever? Or are you leaving your country because of the war? So that is the question you need to ask yourself. Why am I leaving my country? Okay, so once you have that answer, then you move on to the next point. So the next thing you need to look into is, what are you going to do in the UK? What are you coming to do in the UK? Are you coming to school? Are you coming to study? Are you coming to work? Are you coming to visit? So that is the question that you need to ask yourself. What am I really going to do in the UK? How long are you going to be in the UK? How long are you going to how long do you plan on living in the UK if you are relocating? How long are you going to live in the UK? Are you going to live in the UK for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? There are people that lived in the UK for so many years. But sometimes if you ask them what do they have on the table, what have they achieved in the UK, they will bring nothing at all. Like, what are you doing now? Where you are, what are you doing right now? Are you working? Are you doing business? Are you self-employed? Are you a farmer? Are you a banker? What are you doing? And whatever you're doing, do you love what you are doing? Do you love what you are doing, or you want to do something else? That is the question you need to ask yourself. Because packing up and leaving your own country and leaving what you are currently doing, something that you are enjoying. Let me say you are doing farming, for example. You are feeding the communities, you are producing food, and obviously you plan and you just decided, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm going to the UK. So that means you have left something that you enjoy doing, something that you are passionate about. But when you come to this side, are you going to do something that you love, something that you are going to enjoy? Because it's not all about the money, right? It's about doing something that you enjoy. It's not when you wake up every morning to go to work and the work that you don't enjoy doing, it's more depressing. Like, you might get depressed because every morning you force yourself to go to work. So that is the point that I'm trying to make. That, are you enjoying? Do you love what you are currently doing? Are you getting paid a good salary that can sustain you and your family? Do you really need to move? That is the question that you need to ask yourself. Why am I moving to the UK? Okay. The other thing is that you need to ask yourself, you need to evaluate yourself. What do you have now? What do you have now, and what do you want to achieve when you come to the UK? Let me say you have a house. You have a house that you are paying, a mortgage that you are paying. You have a car that you are probably bought cash, or you are paying a car, a bond, a car loan or something. And probably you have a big farm where you are farming your crops and your vegetables and your food and to sustain your family. So that is the question. What do you have now? What do you have? Do you want more than what you have right now? Do you want to upgrade? Do you think coming to the UK will help you to improve on what you are having right now? So is what you are having now not enough? Like, are you not comfortable where you are living right now? Because if you are, why are you moving to the UK? Why are you moving to the UK? If you are comfortable in your big mansion, what do you call it? A big mansion. If you are in your 7-bedroom house, your own house, with a very, very big yard, front and back, you are driving a Mercedes Benz, or you are driving a Range Rover, or you are driving a Toyota Fortuner, or you are driving whatever car you are driving. Driving is driving. As long as you have a car that takes you from point A to B. What are you coming to do in the UK? Point number 1, the houses in the UK are very small. The bedrooms are very small, to a point where once you put a double bed, the space is gone. Okay, no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This video is not about bashing the UK, okay? It's not. You will find yourself in the UK with a house with no backyard or front yard, with a very, very small space. I'm not saying all houses in the UK are like small. It depends on your income, what income level you are. And I hope you get my point. And this drives us back to, why are you leaving Namibia? Why are you leaving your country? Let's move on. What kind of job are you doing now? And I don't want to repeat myself. Are you self-employed? Do you enjoy what you are doing right now? Because you are coming to the UK where the work culture in the UK is so strict. To a point where if you are working in private sector, when you are off sick, you are not paid for that day. When you are off sick, consider losing money, 200, 300 pounds in that day. So are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Because I know back home, especially in Namibia, when you are sick, you go to the doctor, you get a sick leave paper, whatever, you hand it work, you get paid your normal salary. It happens here as well, but doesn't happen so often. And for you to get a doctor that day to write for you that sick note, it's impossible. It's impossible to walk into a doctor and get treatment and get a sick note. Are you ready to come and work? The other thing is that if you are working in the bank, for example, you might be leaving your white collar job and coming to work as a carer. Are you ready to the transition? Are you ready to transition from working on a computer, from sitting on a computer desk all day, to coming to wipe, change nappies? Are you ready for that, guys? We are not talking about, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. We are talking reality here. You know what you are going to face. Are you ready to come from a computer, a desk, to changing nappies and feeding people that cannot feed themselves? Let's move on. What kind of person are you? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you like going out? Do you like parties? Do you like me? Because if you are an introvert, you might get depressed. The weather will depress you. You might need to be going out more, and have fun, because if you stay home, you will get depressed. Especially when you live alone. Or the other thing is, what kind of lifestyle are you living right now? Are you flashy? Like, do you like flashing money? Because here money counts. The money that you work for counts. You use it for important things in your life. Because there's so many bills to pay. And that leads me to the next point of, do you pay bills? Currently, do you pay bills? Are you used to paying bills? Or, You live free of bills. There are some people that live freely with no bills to pay. But just know that when you come to the UK, you have bills to pay. Unfortunately, you have bills to pay. How is your saving? Like, do you save money? Do you have any saving skills? Because if you don't save, then why are you here? Like, if you don't save money already back home, then it's unlikely for you to start saving here. Because you are not a saver, you don't save. So if you are planning to move to the UK, start saving money. Start learning how to save money, because you need to save money in the UK. Because what if you are deported to go back to Africa, to go back home? It won't be a bad thing. It won't be a bad thing to go back home. But you need to go back home with something. And that is where the problem comes in. Some people don't even have a flight ticket to go back home. We are here in diaspora, but people are here that can't even afford to go back home. Don't just think we don't like going home. We are just stuck here. We are stuck. Like, people are stuck here. You get paid, you pay your bills, you pay your rent, you pay your council tax, you pay your bills. On the other hand, you have family. You have kids, you also have to eat, you have to live, you need to live. And that leads us to the next point. Do you like things? Because if you like things, by things I mean clothes, food. Oh my God, you eat yourself away. If you love food, you eat your health away. Like, you eat yourself into sickness. Because food is everywhere. Like, food is just, restaurants are everywhere. In every corner there's a restaurant. And it's quite affordable. It's quite affordable. So you need to discipline yourself if you come to the UK. Don't eat your health away. You need to discipline yourself. Don't be eating fast food all the time. And don't be buying branded clothes all the time. That is if you have a plan of going back home one day. Because if you live a flashy life, if you don't plan and if you don't save, you end up without money, ticket money to go home. And that is the case. Unfortunately, it's happening to so many people. It is very sad. People want to go back home. People want to visit home. People want to do things back home, but due to the lifestyles they're living here in the UK, and the bills here in the UK, and the things, people are surviving salary to salary, from salary to salary, month to month. So how are you going to move to the UK? What type of visa are you going to move to the UK? Like, how are you going to move? And who are you going to move with? Do you have family? Do you have children? Do you have a spouse? Do you have a partner? Are you married? Because you need to look into this. If you are married, you are going to move with your spouse, I suppose. And yeah, things are much easier when you are two. When you are two. But I'm not saying when you are alone, things are not easy. They are easy. It depends what kind of life you are living. Okay? I'm very serious today. And also, how often do you want to be traveling back home? How often? How often do you want? Are you that type that wants to be traveling back home twice a year, or once a year, or every 2 years? What is your plan? What is your plan? What is your financial status currently? Do you have any money saved somewhere? Because look, moving abroad has its own pros and cons. Anything can happen and boom, you are going back home. Do not sell your house. Do not sell your... Maybe you can sell your car because... But I don't advise anyone to sell their house to move to the UK. I don't even advise anyone to leave their white collar job to move to the UK to be doing anything. It's okay to move, guys. Don't go and say, no, Esther is not good. She doesn't want us to move to the UK, blah, blah, blah. No, guys, come to the UK. In fact, come to Liverpool. Come to Liverpool. But come prepared. Come prepared. You should know why you are coming here in the first place. Why are you leaving your job? Why are you leaving your business in Namibia? By the way, Namibia is one of the best countries in Africa. If you don't know, just Google. Just watch YouTube videos. Just visit Namibia and you will see that Namibia is one of the best. So why are you leaving Namibia? Why are you leaving Namibia? And I always mention this thing that especially nurses in Namibia are very well paid. Nurses in Namibia are very well paid. I've spoken to many friends from different countries. Some are telling me nurses are paid £200 per month, £250 per month. But nurses in Namibia, they are paid more than £1,300. More than that. Yes, guys. So it's not about nurses, guys. Guys, my nursing friends, people, no, this video is not to discourage anyone from moving to the UK, but it's just to open your eyes and then, think about what you really want. Because look, one thing is that if you are doing really well in Namibia, if you are running a very good business, you are having a very well paying job, why don't you stay in Namibia and visit the UK? You can visit the UK. You can visit Europe. You can visit America. You can take family vacations. These are just things that you are supposed to know before making the final decision. Okay? Yes, of course. Who doesn't want to live in Europe once in their lifetime? Yes, like me, I'm here now, and I will live here for a few years and go back home one day. Why not? Why can't you do it? You can do it. Of course, there's best universities, Cambridge, Oxford. Of course, come and study and work. Why not? But the point is that don't just move because other people are moving. Don't do that. Think about it first. There are bills to pay in the UK. The bills in the UK are serious bills, I'm telling you. Bills in the UK are serious bills. Rent in the UK can take up to more than half of your wage. Yes, that is something you need to know. And you will start thinking, oh my God, I left a house, big house in the UK, in Namibia, by the sea, in Langstrand. It is what it is. So we've come to the end of today's video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Help us grow the family. The more subscribers, the more energy and the more courage I get to make videos. Like I said, I'm not discouraging you to move to the UK. Please join me in the UK. Come to Liverpool. I'll see you in the next video. It's a bye for now.